bishop from here. And this is the dean of the cathedral.
Welcome.
In the oldest cathedral of Germany.
So on.
Thank you. So very good. And tomorrow morning with the consecration of the church. No, this morning.
This morning, yes.
It's
Consecration of the church of St. Athanasius. Thank you. You are keeping and protecting the church of St. Athanasius. Yes.
So, Sie sehen, ich habe hier das Geschenk. It's the gift from him.
Yes, yes.
So, may I present the representative of the civic tree here? So, dann gucken wir mal die. Sie kennen sich? Bischof Damian? Nee, den Ludwig. Dann nicht den Oberbürger.
Sehr gerne schon. Wir freuen uns, dass Sie da sind.
Das hat er zwar nur gesagt, ich habe es nicht gesagt.
Ganz willkommen.
The responsible in the government diocese, Ms. Gerards, and there are responsible for the Department of World Church Affairs in our diocese. We have many relations with other local churches, particularly with Bolivia. There's a partnership,
Yeah, Bolivia. We have Coptic bishop in Bolivia.
Yeah?
Yes,
In which?
Bishop Yusuf.
Yusuf?
In Lima.
That's in Peru. Peru.
Sorry, in La Paz.
La Paz. Da gibt es einen koptischen Bischof.
Yes.
So we have to invite. Yeah, perhaps we have to invite. Very good. Mr. Schinner.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Is in the department of the ecumenical dialogue with the collaborators, Mr. Neff
Nice to meet you.
and Ms. Weller. They are in the ecumenical dialogue, dealing, also preparing our big day, the feast, 1 week ago. So, jetzt haben wir die zwei, jetzt haben wir also Mr. Welke, the Department of the World Church Affairs.
Alhamdulillah, Yeshua, Messiah.
Good Arabic.
So speaks perfectly Arabic, and it's my secretary. Okay, so very welcome. I give my few minutes.
Yeah.
So perhaps you have a bit of retreatment in the beginning. Okay.
علق بتاع اليوتيوب بتاعك.
Holiness, Stavros, dear members of the delegation, the Coptic delegation, dear brothers and sisters, it's for me a great pleasure and real honor to welcome you here in Trier, the Cathedral of Trier, the oldest cathedral in Germany and in the north of the Alps. And may I present you a bit the history of our cathedral with also the places of veneration, special places of veneration which connect us, the Coptic Orthodox Church and also the Diocese of Trier, because we know there are some relations because of our history. I mentioned just St. Athanasius, but also St. Helena, mother of Emperor Constantine, which lived here in Trier. And afterwards we have the possibility to speak and to share a bit our experiences and to have a meeting with the delegation and the members from the chapter here in Trier. So in Trier we have the oldest roots of the church going back to the 2nd century. The first Christian community, we think it's in the second half of the 2nd century, and just in the second half of the 3rd century there was here a community with a bishop. So we have the oldest bishop church here in Trier. The oldest part is in front of the cathedral. There were excavations and they discovered there the oldest roots and ruins of these local places of worship. And then after the edict of Milan, of Licinius and Constantine, here there was a change, you know, the change of the situation for the Christians. And because Trier was the residence of the emperor, Constantine, he gave the possibility to build these a huge complex of 2 churches. But according to our tradition, the oldest tradition, it was not the Emperor Constantine, but his mother, Helena, to give the Bishop of Trier a part of the residential place of the Emperor, to have a place for the liturgy, for prayer, for worship. And we say, so St. Helena is a bit also the mother of faith here in Trier. And then in the 4th century, they built up a huge complex of churches. We think it was the biggest church complex in the Roman Antiquity, because I have here this picture. So I think you can imagine how it was. 2 churches, a huge complex with 4 rooms for the liturgy and perhaps also for pilgrims to come to venerate the holy robe of Christ and the relics of the Passion of Christ. We will see afterwards also the holy nail venerated here in Trier. And exactly that was the time when St. Athanasius was here in Trier in exile. It was in the 4th century, during the period of Bishop Maximin, and we can think that Athanasius saw this building in this complex and this picture. So we know also that he celebrated the Eucharist with the local bishop here, Maximin. But perhaps, Your Holiness, you know that it was not so easy with the community in Alexandria, because he celebrated Mass before the church was consecrated. Yeah. And I think it was not allowed for the bishop to concelebrate in a church being not consecrated. Yeah. But Athanasius, he did it, and I think there was some rumor in his home community. So, and afterwards, there is a long history also afterwards, also with the plunderings of the Germans after the Roman period. And you see here in the different styles of the cathedral, the Roman style, the Gothic style, Baroque, Renaissance, it is grown up through the centuries. And I think we think it's an imagine also of the living church, growing and growing through the periods, and all the faithful, they brought their faith, their form of expression of faith also in this cathedral. So may I invite you, we will a bit go around, also when we will see to the relic and the shrine of the skull of St. Helen, and the chapel of St. Athanasius, sure, and also the Holy Robe chapel. There is in the top there in the mid, you see it. It's a Baroque chapel built up for the relic of the tunic of Christ, of this garment which is mentioned in the Gospel of John. But afterwards I will explain a bit. We have had an ecumenical day. It was very, very good. And Bishop Damian said perhaps the Saturday 8 days ago, perhaps it was the first time after the time of Athanasius that a bishop of Egypt was preaching publicly here in the cathedral. So, okay. Welche Richtung? Wir gehen hier, nach unten, nach rechts.
تعالوا كده.
So you see here, you can see also the measures of the Roman period. Perhaps we can turn around. The floor of the ancient cathedral, it was a square, I think 40 meters in 40 meters, a Roman square, and these columns you see, that is of the time of the 4th century. You can see it also from the during all the history and the devastation of history, it remained since the 4th century.
خلي بالك ظهرك في سلم ها.
Brought them according to the traditions from the Holy Land pilgrimage.
Can
She
we
brought
see
it.
it
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
وكمان جزء من راسك.
She lived here. Yeah. She lived here for a time, and so she could give a part of her home to the bishop.
Yes.
So
She
we think that
also-
the tradition is true. As she lived here, that's true from the
Yeah.
history. There is-
She lived also in Egypt,
Ah, yeah?
visit Egypt, and
During the pilgrimage? Or?
in the 3rd century,
Yeah.
and built churches on the sites of the Holy Family in Egypt. Yes, many churches in Egypt.
So she gave the initiative to build the churches?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was
After
a
Milan, also.
Ah, yeah?
After Milan declaration.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Very interesting. So well then.
the first time to see San
Yes.
Milana.
Yeah.
Yes.
May I will pray for us. Des Sohnes zum Zeichen des Heiles für alle Menschen gemacht und seinen Ruhm durch die heilige Kaiserin Helena verbreitet. Lass uns den Schutz und Segen des heiligen Kreuzes erfahren und in Ewigkeit teilhaben an der Frucht der Erlösung. Darum bitten wir durch Jesus Christus, deinen Sohn, unseren Herrn und Gott, der in der Einheit des Heiligen Geistes mit dir lebt und herrscht in alle Ewigkeit. Amen. Ehre sei dem Vater und dem Sohn und dem Heiligen Geist, im Anfang, so auch jetzt und alle Zeit und in Ewigkeit. Amen. Ja, sehr gerne.
حضور بأرشي إليس أكسيوس نياسلو فورون نمني ما أرتيرون.
Wir haben gebetet im Namen des Vaters. Würdig bist du, heilige Helena, heiliger Athanasius. You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It was very
It's nice to welcome you in Egypt.
really the relations with Athanasius. Would be a nice. For him. until the year 2007, this room between the crypt and the chapel of the Holy Robe was nearly empty. It was not used. Oder? Wurde nicht benutzt. It was not, it was
desk and so on.
It was empty. We were. And then my predecessor, Cardinal Marx from Munich, he had the idea to consecrate this room as a chapel for the Christians of the Oriental Rite. But you know it from the beginning. Perhaps you can tell about the story of this chapel, Athanasius Chapel.
The birth of this idea came from His Holiness Pope Shenouda, as he has been asked to accompany Abbot Macarius. He told him, I would like to have a chapel on the name of Saint Athanasius. So as Bishop Mark came, Mark is a very good friend of myself because he came from Paderborn, and our monastery is in Paderborn. So there was a committee which has been established with some expertise from the Catholic diocese. So where could it be and how it could be? So we have been talking about iconostasis and about icons. So the decision was we would like to have an iconostasis, but according to the Catholic ritus, so it must be movable. And then we decided from Romania, icons might be drawn there. And then they invited Pope Shenouda to come to consecrate. Bishop Mark invited our Bob, but he was very sick. He couldn't. To consecrate. Yes, to consecrate the whole church. Yes. Then Bob Shenouda could not come. So I said, what should I do?
This is 1990.
2007 or 2005?
Just for he passed. Just very few months. So I talked to His Holiness. He couldn't. So Bishop Marx decided to do that himself. He invited us to celebrate here. So all Orthodox communities are allowed and welcome to celebrate here according to the ritus. But, as Your Holiness see, this is just underneath the high rock.
شبه متنطط فن بريفر بس عنيف أو النعيد ابنوت بيوتم بن شايسو بنوت وبن سوتيريسوس بخريستوس جافرس كبازيني قوان أفرسنيرون أفرهيرون أفشبتنيرو فافتياسويرون أفتيتو تينف انتن شريطا آي أونوساي انصوف متروف بوس انت بريه ايرون خنبايس وفاين منوتيرون تبن انخ خنهرين بين جيبي بنتوكراتور ابشويس بن اوتي
O Meister, allmächtiger Gott, Vater unseres Herrn Gottes und Erlöser, Jesus Christus, wir danken dir für jeden Zustand, wegen des Zustandes und den Zustand, da du hast uns mit Schutz geholfen, bewahrt, angenommen, erbarmt, Dach gestärkt und zu dieser Stunde geführt.
وشركائي في الخدمة الرسولية بين الأساقفة المجتمعين معنا ويغفر لنا
كل أيام حياتنا بكل سلام مع مخافاتك كل حسد كل تجربة كل فعل الشيطان مؤامرات الناس الأشرار وخيام الأعداء الخفيين الظاهرين لأنك أنت الذي أعطيتنا السلطان أن ندوس الحياة والعقارب وكل قوة العدو.
Dein Name, dein Reich komme, deine Wille geschehe, wie im Himmel so auf Erden. Unser tägliches Brot gib uns heute und vergib uns unsere Schuld, wie auch wir vergeben unseren Schuldigern. Und führe uns nicht in Versuchung, sondern erlöse uns von dem Bösen. Durch Jesus Christus, unseren Herrn, denn dein ist das Reich und die Kraft und die Herrlichkeit in Ewigkeit. Amen.
Ja, ist gut, gerne.
Großer Gott, wir loben dich, Herr, wir preisen deine Stärke, vor dir deine Erde singt und bewundert deine Werke, wie du warst vor aller Zeit, so bleibst du in Ewigkeit. Alles, was ich preisen kann,
Wir danken dir, Herr Gott, himmlischer Vater, dass du uns geschenkt hast und uns berufen hast in die Gemeinschaft der Kirche. Ihr, der Gemeinschaft, die aus den Heiligen besteht, aus uns Sündern, aus denen, die den Glauben in dieser Zeit leben.
ده مع المنتجين برضه.
ده سيدي مبادرة الإسلام حتى لو
كلمه بس معاك كلمه.
خد انت انا هاخد منك الموضوع.
ثواني.
يلا اطلع انت فوق، استنى فوق بس. طب هات يا عم الموبايل ده عمال يرن قدام البابا مش حلو.
Here, the chapel is open for the pilgrims once. But we try to turn this video for you. Hello, Mike. We make 2 steps. That's the shrine, the wooden shrine of the Holy Road. The venerated parts are lying inside of it. Perhaps I have the picture. I have the pictures to show you the like. So inside the holy robe, but that's like a relic. To woven for the oldest parts, they are lying inside to conserve them from the Middle Age. And for the first time, it was in 1512 when the Emperor Maximilian came and he wanted to see the Holy Robe of Christ because he venerated relics. It was a pious man. But after 300 years, it was in the altar. It was so the chapter of the cathedral didn't know after the year 1200, after 300 years, to open the altar to show to the emperor. It was not so easy. So it was, but it's after 300 years. It was for the first time to show it, and so there are pilgrimages through this history, and we have the youngest pilgrimage. It was in the year 2012. To show it publicly, but normally it's acclimated as a tent of glass. So, and perhaps we can go to the other side, and there we have the holy nail, to venerate the holy nail, and then we can pray there. Das machen wir dann von da aus. And times in time we have to open it and to prove what's about the relic. Yeah, exactly. Ja. Ja, wir singen. Wir singen noch und beten noch mal. Ja, unbedingt. It's very interesting. In former times, it was the place where the holy robe, the tunic of Christ, was located. So you saw it from the cathedral. It was hanged up, so could see. But afterwards, it was not possible. And then, in the years of the 1970s, during the restoration of the cathedral, they decided to show the sky, the night sky of Trier. It's the night before the consecration of the reopened cathedral. It's the 1st of May, 1974.
Yeah.
So the night sky about Trier. So here we have as theological composition the sky, the creation with all these flowers, the olive branches, these precious stones, and all these treasure of the creation. So it's and we have the golden cross in the form of a tree, ginkgo tree. It's known, the ginkgo tree, and with this
Jerusalem.
Really, really. Yeah. Perhaps we can make it that you will give the incense to the tunic.
Yeah.
Okay? And then afterwards we will say pray, sing a song, Coptic and German. Okay. Und dann haben wir jetzt die Lizenz.
Jubellieder tönt. Die Schafe hat das Lamm versöhnt, geschlachtet ward das Osterlamm, das von der Welt die Sünde nahm. Halleluja, Halleluja. Lasset uns beten. Herr Jesus Christus, du hast uns dein ungenähtes Gewand zurückgelassen als Zeichen für deine Menschwerdung, als Zeichen deiner Auferstehung und als Zeichen für die Einheit deiner Christenheit. Immer wieder werden wir daran erinnert, dass wir eins sind in dir, trotz aller Spaltungen. Wir bitten dich, hilf uns auf dem Weg, die sichtbare Einheit wiederzufinden in der Vielfalt deiner Kinder. Lass uns wachsen in der Gemeinschaft mit dir und untereinander. Lass uns den Reichtum erfahren, der uns geschenkt ist, in den unterschiedlichen Traditionen. وخلينا نتعلم من شهادات الشهداء. نرجوك ساعدنا، لا تتركنا نتعب، وادينا القدرة أن نبحث عن بعضنا ونجد بعضنا. يا رب يسوع المسيح أيها المخلص ارحمنا، اذكر الكنيسة والمسيحية وقرب الكنائس المنفصلة عن بعضها. ادينا البركة.
ليترأف الله علينا ويباركنا ويظهر وجهه علينا ويرحمنا. يا رب خلص شعبك وبارك ميراثك وارفعهم بإشارة الصليب المحيي بالسؤالات والطلبات التي ترفعها لنا في كل حين. ولية الإله القديسة الطاهرة مريم والأربعة المنيرين ميخائيل وغبريال ورفائيل وسوريال وال24 قسيسة وأربعة حيوانات غير متجسدين والشاروبيم والسيرافيم وكل الطغمات السمائية وكل الذين أرضوا رب أعمالهم الصالحة منذ آدم إلى آخر الدهور. بركة قديسي هذا اليوم وبركة القيامة المجيدة وبركة أمنا العذراء أولا وآخرا، بركتهم المقدسة ونعمتهم هبتهم معونتهم شفاعتهم قوتهم تكون مع جميعنا آمين بخريستوس بالنوتي. أيها المسيح إلهنا يا ملك السلام، أعطنا سلامك، قرر لنا سلامك، واغفر لنا خطايانا واجعلنا مستحقين أن نقول بشكر.
Vater unser im Himmel, geheiligt werde dein Name, dein Reich komme, deine Wille geschehe, wie im Himmel so auf Erden. Unser tägliches Brot gib uns heute und vergib uns unsere Schuld, wie auch wir vergeben unseren Schuldigern. Und führe uns nicht in Versuchung, sondern erlöse uns von dem Bösen. Durch Jesus Christus, unseren Herrn, denn dein ist das Reich und die Kraft. Gegrüßt seist du, Maria, voller Gnade, der Herr ist mit dir. Du bist gebenedeit unter den Frauen und gebenedeit ist die Frucht deines Leibes, Jesus. Heilige Maria, Mutter Gottes, bitte für uns Sünder, jetzt und in der Stunde unseres Todes. Amen.
احنا استعرضنا مع حضراتكم خلال الدقائق اللي فاتت زيارة قداسة البابا إلى كاتدرائية سان بيتر. قداسة البابا زار المسبح الخاص بالقديس أثناسيوس الرسولي وقام هناك بعمل تمجيد للملكة هيلانا، ويعني تم زيارة أيضا يعني يوجد جزء من رفات الملكة هيلانا بجوار المسبح. ثم قامت الكنيسة الكاثوليكية بإهداء قداسة البابا ذخيرة أو جزء من رفات الملكة هيلانا في يوم عيدها. النهاردة يوم عيد الملكة هيلانا، والكنيسة الكاثوليكية قدمت لقداسة البابا والكنيسة القبطية الأرثوذكسية جزء من رفات الملكة هيلانا، وقداسة البابا عمل تمجيد مع الآباء. كمان كانت من أهم الزيارات القاعة اللي احنا موجودين فيها دلوقتي، واللي موجود فيها رداء السيد المسيح له كل المجد اللي هو موجود في هذه القاعة. وقداسة البابا صلى كمان هنا وقام بدورة بخور أيضا أمام هذا المكان المقدس جدا، وهو المكان اللي فيه رداء السيد المسيح له كل المجد، واللي كانت أحضرته الملكة هيلانا في يعني في القرن الرابع الميلادي قادما من الأماكن المقدسة. كمان شفنا مع حضراتكم وقداسة البابا يعني تبارك أيضا من مسمار الصلب لسيد المسيح له كل المجد. وقداسة البابا يعني شكر كمان آباء الكنيسة الكاثوليكية على محبتهم وعلى فتح هذه القاعة اللي يعني على حد الكلام اللي بسمعه لا تفتح إلا كل يعني سنين طويلة تصل يمكن ربما 25 سنة. فدي كانت زيارة قداسة البابا، ولسه معاكم كل ما يبقى معانا جديد من هذه الزيارة التاريخية الحقيقة والزيارة الجميلة لقداسة البابا لكاتدرائية سان بيتر هنوفيكم بها على الهواء مباشرة على شاشتكم، شاشة CTV.
ربنا موجود.